Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. Really, it's just going to be some opening of a box and a couple of pouches that have already been opened because I have already opened them. Truthfully, I did this video. I thought that I saved it, and I went back to look in my uploads, and it was not there, not in unlisted or anything like that. And it was also not on my phone, which is what I used to record. I have no idea what happened to the original unboxing, but I'm doing it again. I still want to share with you guys my initial thoughts on this stuff before I do the actual reviews. Again, these are not reviews. This video is not a review in any way, shape, or form, but I want to share this stuff with you guys, let you know that they exist, and kind of give you guys my initial thoughts, which is nice. Now that I've seen the prices and things like that, I can help you out a little bit with that. Thanks so much to We and Civivi for sending these in for me to take a look at here. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Let's start off. Is this the, yeah, okay, this was the first one I opened in the actual video. So this is the Civivi Banneré, and I gotta, or at least I assume that is how it is pronounced. I could be wrong. I'm often wrong about pronunciation. This appears to be the natural, or at least maybe the OD Green micarta variant. This is the tumbled DLC, and then it has this bolster lock, which honestly looks pretty good. It still has that typical safe sort of, you know, minimalist Civivi aesthetic. What I like is the more classic blade shape. This is fully flat ground and very, very thin behind the edge. Very nice taper out to the tip as well. It has garage stops, which is also something that or always something that I like to see. I don't know why, I just think it's cool, right? The flipper tab is super low profile, but surprisingly, you can get a lot of leverage off this thing. It actually flips really hard, and it's pretty easy to get a hold of. The disengagement of the lock is nice too, considering they didn't actually cut it lower. You can still actually pretty easily disengage it. Honestly, all the way around, this is a nice knife, and it's a lot bigger than it looks. This looks like it's a tiny knife. No, full grip on this guy. It's actually a decent size. Action is good, all of that. I about sliced my finger open. Glad I didn't. Okay, so this is in Nitro V. This is steel, right? It's a bolster lock, a little bit more going on there, right? And then we got some micarta. I was kind of hoping to see this guy come in at about, I don't know, 75 or less, right? Preferably 70 or less. No, they have a at the time of this video, you guys are probably seeing it in the future. It's probably available at the time of the, you know, that you're actually watching it. In my time, it's got a pre-order price on it. 95 bucks. Come on, Civivi. This is cool. Not 95 bucks cool. I like it, you know, just immediately right off the bat. That's gonna, you know, massive points deducted when I actually do the review. It's just too high, right? This next one has a little bit better of a price tag on it. I'm glad I looked it up. So this guy is the Synesis, or at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. A few things that I want to point out here. This is a laminate, meaning we have carbon fiber and we have G10 here. Now, they have some different options for scale materials, right? I think I got some micarta, some G10, the typical stuff. The other side is a steel frame lock, which is not my favorite thing in the whole world. Very ergonomic though, nice thin blade, super slicey, all that. And check this out. The pattern on their Damascus actually looks good. Am I the only one who thinks this? The pattern on this guy looks way, way better than what I'm used to seeing from Civivi. This is nice. Now, it's still kind of a matte, you know, not that it's got to be polished to look nice. It's a matte finished Damascus, and it's still not quite on par with some of the more premium stuff that you get, you know, when you're looking at like a Chris Reeve knife, or if you're looking at a Chris Reeve knife in Damascus, like some of the Chad Nichols stuff, or if you're looking at Damasteel, right? This is still nice, though. To my knowledge, Civivi uses a combination 9CR and 10CR. That's to my knowledge. I don't know that factually. That's just from what I've heard, right? Which makes this not just nice to look at, but nice to use as well. Very easy to manipulate, very nice action. Not the biggest fan of steel frame locks. It's a lot of steel, right? It makes the knife a little heavier than you might expect. And I also becoming less and less and less a fan of exposed frame locks in general. But the base version, I'm sure you're like, okay, their Damascus stuff is going to be kind of expensive. The nice thing about this knife is that I looked up the regular version. I don't really like the carbon fiber and G10 laminate stuff either. But their basic versions, which are either G10 or micarta, and then the blade steel is 14C28N, comes in at about 65, which is honestly okay. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know why they want 30 bucks more for this. Why? Because it's a bolster lock? I don't get that, right? The pricing, some of the pricing is all over the place. This doesn't bother me. And by the way, size-wise, we're looking at a knife that's maybe a little shorter than the Praxis. I'm going to go ahead and measure both of these real quick before I get into the Wii, because the Wii is really the reason that I wanted to redo this video. The overall length of the Banneré, or again, that's how I'm pronouncing it, I don't know, 7.85 inches overall with a 3.5-inch blade, probably bigger than you thought, right? This guy is coming in at about 8.5 inches, maybe a little shy of 8.5, and then you have a 3.75-inch blade. So yeah, that's definitely cool. Really wish that was a liner lock. But then again, if it was a liner lock, it'd be like, you know, everything else that we and Civivi have been putting out. I'm sure they watch these and go, what do you want us to do? I want you to keep your prices a little, you know, let's pump the brakes on some of that stuff, right? Okay, this guy, this I actually was really, really happy with. Sorry, this was upside down. The first thing that caught my attention is that this guy came with a certificate of authenticity, which anybody who buys Wii knives knows that that's not a normal thing unless it's a special, you know, variant, which this apparently is. So, this is to certify that the Wii knife River, or River, I'm honestly not sure how to pronounce that either, bronze handled, blah, 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 with serial number 249 out of 260 is genuine and authentic. Cool, okay? So, special edition knife. Now, to be fair, this initially did not look like that much of a departure from what Wii has been doing for a bit now. And truthfully, it isn't. But it has all of the stuff that I usually ask for that is sometimes missing on a Wii knife. Number one, this guy is a lot bigger than it actually looks. Let me measure this freaking folding shaving razor real quick here. Overall length of the River or River or however you pronounce it, 8.85 inches overall with a 4-inch blade. Big. Also not delicate. It looks like it would be delicate. No, that's actually fairly robust titanium and blade stock. Here's the other thing I like about it. It's S35VN, which I gotta tell you. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, for that much, it should be 20 CV. We got knives coming in under $100 in CPM 20 CV or M390 every now and then, right? So we can't just like automatically place it in the superior, you know, sort of premium category that S35VN does not belong in, right? S35VN is still absolutely a premium powder-formed super steel. We just have some different balances out there, some different compositions that are a little newer and a little more shiny right now. CPM 20CV and M390 curiously gets placed in with those new shiny steels, even though it is literally 30 years old. If you did not know that, it is 30 years old. Anyways, we have a nice finish on this. I think this is it might be their glass blasted finish. It really looks nice. Nice fuller, a lot of machining. Now, it might not be your cup of tea, and that's okay, but there's a lot of machining going on here. Look at this, how they lip up to the screws. That's nice. Keep that lanyard hole out of the way. Nice work. A nice 3D milled titanium clip. Look how they've done this sort of aging on the pivot collar back here. At least, I mean, if it's not titanium hardware, they have at least, you know, done like the flaming to it. Steel, regular steel will turn blue or bronze. You know, it flips well, it disengages well, the weight of the blade assists with the action. It's real straightforward, and to a lot of people they're going to say boring, but they did, you know, they put something into this. They put a little extra into this, and, you know, I thought, okay, fine. It's a nice big knife, right? I mean, it's big. It's a big, lean, choppy, shavy boy, right? It does not feel delicate in any way, shape, or form. The action's great. They got the hardware, and they got the milling, and they got the pocket clip, and it's a good silhouette, and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, the ergonomics are comfortable, too. I like the materials, but I was like, okay, this is going to be like a $320 knife, or something crazy. You know what? They got it at $265. It's not mind-blowing. It's not blowing my socks off, but you know what? I didn't expect it. It's quite a bit lower than I expected. I'm honestly not unhappy about that one, right? This, cool knife, the price is too high. This, don't like the steel frame lock. The Damascus looks cool. I'm not big into the carbon fiber laminate, but the base version of this at about $65, $67 and 14C28N, can't be mad about that. This, it's actually pretty cool. Would have really blown me away had they gotten it under $250, but you know what? I can't be too upset about $267. Not everybody's going to like that, right? I'm trying to be fair about this. It's kind of neat, right? You should be able to check out the links down below and at the very least pre-ordered, right? But I think by the time you're watching these knives will be available. Each of these knives will be getting its own comprehensive review a couple of weeks down the road. So if you want to wait and hear what I think after I've sat down, taken them apart, experienced them, had them in and out of the pocket for a bit, if you want to wait, you can wait for those. But if not, the links are down there. That's going to be pretty much it today. Thanks again to We and Civivi for, I don't know what this is. That's gross. For sending these in for me to take a look at. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe. Spit on that knife. Because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.